get to the most interesting part tonight. So this part will be the last part of the episode 2. And are you ready for an adventure into the Star Wars?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's go. So last week we knew that Padme and Anakin were they went into a clone factory in order to rescue Obi-Wan. After escaping from several danger, they too were still caught by the clones. Soon they were brought to a battlefield for an execution. But before they get into the battlefield, Padme felt like they might lose their lives, so she admitted that she deeply loved Anakin. And, of course, they had a kiss. Okay, so they were brought into the battlefield. And on the battlefield, Obi-Wan was chained on one of the pillars. And later, Padme and Anakin were also chained on the other 2 pillars. So in order to kill the 3 people, the Geonosis people sent out 3 mighty monsters to attack them. However, since they were the main characters, even the mightiest monsters couldn't kill them or defeat them. So even one of them was tamed by Anakin. So they escaped from the monsters. However, when they are trying to get out of the battlefield, a group of clones were sent in and ready to shoot them down. Right at that moment, Master Windu and other Jedi come to save them. So soon it became the war between the Jedi and the clones. Okay. Although the Jedi are powerful, however, the clones' army are too many that the Jedi couldn't handle it. So they were eventually surrounded by the clones' army. And at that moment, Count Dooku said that if they surrendered, he would spare their lives. Of course, Jedi wouldn't do so, so they might be killed. And who will come to save them? The Jedi. What do you think? Who?
3PO.
I don't know who is 3PO.
C-3PO, the robot.
Robot.
R2. Okay, let's get the answer. It's Master Yoda. Master Yoda bring the Republic's clone army and come to save them. They brought the Jedi out of the battlefield, and along their way, they also destroyed some facilities on the Geonosis and jammed their communication. Although the Jedi were brought out of the battlefield, the war still continued, and even became the war between the Republic's clone army and the Geonosis clone army. That's the Clone War. So, knowing that they couldn't defeat the Jedi, the leader of the Geonosis ordered a retreat and asked some warriors to hide in a catacomb with an ultimate weapon to prevent the Jedi from discovering it. And Count Dooku said he would bring the design to the Coruscant, to his master, to protect it, the design. So on Count Dooku's way to the Coruscant, he took a speeder. And Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Padme were on this battlefield, and they found Count Dooku, so they started to chase after him. However, during the chasing, their battleship was hit, and Padme fell down and fell to the ground. Seeing that, Anakin was so panicked that he shouted at the pilot and told him to stop the ship. However, Obi-Wan said they couldn't stop the ship because Obi-Wan couldn't take down Dooku by himself. So Obi-Wan told Anakin to come to his senses and also imagined what would Padme do if she was in his position. Anakin knew that Padme would do her duty, so they two continue to chase after Count Dooku. When they finally met Count Dooku, Anakin was so eager to kill him, so he ran toward Count Dooku. However, he was attacked by his force, and then Anakin lost his consciousness. So as a result, there was only Obi-Wan's left, and it soon became the battle between Count Dooku and Obi-Wan. However, Count Dooku is too powerful that Obi-Wan was eventually hurt by Dooku. And at the moment when Count Dooku was going to end Obi-Wan's life, Anakin awake and stop it from happening. Okay, so it became the battle between Anakin and Count Dooku. However, Count Dooku's force is way powerful than Anakin, so Dooku easily defeats Anakin and even cut his right arm. Okay, so it seems that Dooku is going to run away, but then Master Yoda appeared. Save them again. Okay, so Master Yoda and Count Dooku then have a exciting fight. You can check out how exciting it was. I felt like Master Yoda is flying during the battle. Okay, so even though Count Dooku didn't defeat Master Yoda, he still distracted him by attacking Anakin and Obi-Wan. So Count Dooku ran away. When Count Dooku arrived in the Coruscant, he met his master, Master Sidious. Count Dooku reported to Sidious that the war has begun, and everything went well as planned. Back to the Jedi Council. Obi-Wan still couldn't believe that the Sidious had already controlled the Senate. So Master Windu suggested that they keep a closer eye on the Senate. And Master Yoda agreed with that. Obi-Wan also mentioned that there wouldn't have been a victory without the clone army. However, Master Yoda said that there wasn't a victory. Instead, the Shroud of the Dark Side has stolen and begun the Clone War has. So that's what happened in this episode, and it's time to check out. And that's all from me. Thank you.